In Unit 19, Part 2, we're going to talk about percent of change, and then we're going to talk about how to actually increase or decrease the amount by a certain percent. So again, this percent of change part right here is just straight out of your book. It says the percent of change is the ratio of the amount of increase or decrease to the original amount. So ratio means we're going to put this in fraction form. And we're actually going to wind up making it a decimal though. Where this says amount of increase or decrease, that just means the change over the original. When we do the change, we're always going to do the bigger number minus the smaller number. So big minus little over the original. So it says find the percent of increase or decrease. So the top is always going to be our change. So it's always going to be our bigger number, which in this case is 36, minus our smaller number, 27. That does not matter if it's the original or the new. It's always just a bigger number minus the smaller number. Now the denominator is always going to be the original. So in this case, that's 27. When I work this out, 36 minus 27 is 9. So I have 9 over 27. I can divide that in my calculator, and I'll get 0.3 repeating. So when I turn that into a percent, that's 33.3%. 33.3 repeating percent. Now, I'm not done yet. I have to say whether it's an increase or a decrease. My original number went up to get to my new one, so I know that this is a 33.3 repeating percent increase. Okay, because my new amount was higher. Let's look at the second example. I have an original of 275 and a new of 66, so I need to do my change over my original. My change is always my bigger number, which is 275, minus my smaller number, which is 66. My denominator is always my original. 275 minus 66 is 209, so we need 209 divided by 275. When we divide that out, we get 0.76. Turn that into a percent, and that gives me 76%. Now, my new number is lower, which means this is a 76% decrease. So I need to either write decrease or draw a down arrow. 3 and 4 I'll leave for you to practice. And then if you look at the bottom of the page, okay, it says that we are going to work on finding a new amount. So they're going to give us an original. They're going to tell us to increase it or decrease it. We're going to find a new amount. So the first one says increase 120 by 70%. So we're always going to start with our original amount. Our original amount is 120. And then we're going to multiply. Now in this case, we're increasing. So that means I want 100%. Since it's an increase, I'm going to add the 70%. What this 100% means, I want the whole original. I want all 120, and then I'm going to add 70% more to that. So when I work this out, I'll get 120 times, this is 170%. To actually multiply those, I need to turn 170% into a decimal. So that's going to be 1.7. So 120 times 1.7 is going to give me 204. So you can always go back and see if it makes sense. I'm increasing 120, so my number needs to be higher. I'm increasing it by 70%, which is a little bit more than half. Okay, so this 204 makes sense. The next one says to decrease 125 by 36%. So I'm always going to start with my original, which in this case is 125. I'm going to multiply. I'm going to have 100%. Okay, since it's a decrease, I'm going to subtract 36% instead of adding. Okay, so this 100% is my original 125. This 36 is the percent of it I'm going to subtract off. So 100 minus 36 is going to give me 64%. I can turn that into a decimal, so I'm going to multiply by 0.64. 125 times 0.64 is going to give me 80. Okay, now if you think about this, it also makes sense. I'm decreasing it, so my number needs to be lower. I'm decreasing it by a little less than half, so 80 would make sense there. If you flip over to the back side, there's a couple word problems here. The first one says there were 80 spectators at the first baseball game of the season. The number of spectators increased by 75% from the first game to the last game of the season. how many spectators were at the last baseball game this season. So we had 80. We're going to increase that by 75%. So I start with my original 80. I'm going to multiply by the 100% I already have, plus the 75% that I increase. It's the increase I'm adding. So 100 plus 75 is 175%. I can turn that into a decimal and multiply. So 80 times 1.75 is 140 spectators. So if you think about it, it makes sense. I'm increasing, so my number should go up. Increasing by 3/4, which 3/4 of 80 is 60, so that makes sense. Number 2 I'll leave for you guys, and then there's some review problems at the end.